It takes just 10 seconds, and the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses. One of the world's largest cargo ships, the Dolly, starts the domino effect. It crashes into only one support column, and the entire mile-and-a-half-long bridge crashes down. Federal engineers knew why immediately.
The bridge is fracture critical. It's a fracture critical bridge.
Fracture critical is an engineer's way of saying if one part of a bridge fails, the entire bridge may fall.
That would likely cause a portion of or the entire bridge to collapse. There's no redundancy.
There are more than 17,000 fracture critical bridges in the U.S., all built without any structural redundancy. We dug through national bridge inventory records to find them all. And Baltimore's Key Bridge isn't the only one you may recognize.
Also on the list is the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. This stretch of I-95, it connects Maryland with Virginia. The Roosevelt Bridge is also a fracture-critical bridge, but the Federal Highway Administration says that those wooden pier guards, that they are adequate to protect it. Now, there are thousands of fracture-critical bridges all over the country, but engineers say that only hundreds of them actually need pier protection. One of the most significant, it is right here over the Chesapeake Bay.
In 2014, state engineers listed the concrete piers holding up Maryland's Bay Bridge in fair and satisfactory condition. As of 2023, the Federal Highway Administration listed its pier protection system as adequate. We asked bridge engineer Andy Harriman to walk us through what it takes to protect a fracture-critical bridge.
How do you know if a bridge has adequate protection?
It's interesting, when they design vessel protection for a bridge, they take into account a number of things, and one of them is probability. And that can be the size of the vessels, the frequency of the vessels, the width of the channel. When you're designing new bridges, you may make the piers robust enough that they can take a hit.
The Bay Bridge is now the only fracture-critical bridge still standing over one of the world's busiest shipping channels. The 150-mile-long Chesapeake Bay is the main route to get to Baltimore's port. Again, federal and state inspectors say the Bay Bridge's piers are adequately protected. They said the same thing about Baltimore's Key Bridge.
The Francis Scott Key Bridge, do you think that bridge had adequate pier protection?
I don't know. That bridge was designed many, many years ago, and it was probably designed to a different standard. If it was designed today, it probably would have had much more robust protection of the bridge.